Hi, I'm David Ezzy and we're at my sail loft in Maui. I'm going to show you how to rig a 6.5 Legacy sail. All the Legacies rig the same, so this is a 6.5, but if you have a 4.7, it rigs the same way. First thing, two things break down sailcloth: sunlight and creasing. So with the sunlight, make sure that when you're not sailing, you don't leave your sail lying in the sun. The creasing, most people damage their sails rigging and de-rigging, creasing it. So if you can be very careful when you rig, and that means you don't hear the film crinkling, your sail will last much longer. When you unroll your sail, roll it on the ground without letting it flutter in the wind. To switch the head webbing for a longer one, what you want to do is remove the webbing from the head buckle, head cap off, and then remove the short piece. Take your longer piece and notice how there's a fold on one side. You want that fold to be outside, not on the inside. Okay, so it's on the outside. Put the webbing through the buckle, loop. It holds it in place. The webbing through the head cap, make sure it's not twisted. When you're adjusting your head webbing, make sure that you pull the webbing straight up, not on an angle. If you pull it on an angle, it can get cocked in the head buckle, and that can cause the head buckle to slip. So you want to make sure that you pull the webbing straight. I like to start with my mast in two pieces. Slide the mast into the sleeve. Then, one knee down, one knee up. Push the tack of the sail against the knee that's up, and then slide your mast in. Make sure you hear it and feel it. Feel the thug right into the head cap. It's also a good idea to walk up and check and make sure that the top of the mast is inserted all the way into the head plug. To set your mast extension, look at the maximum luff length. So in this case it's 455. Then look at the suggested mast, which is 430. Subtract 430 from 455, you get 25 centimeters. That's how much you need to set your extension at. So I'm going to set it here at 26. Start by going up and under the D-ring. Then go to the pulley that's on the top and go under it. Then go over on the left side of the first line on the D-ring. Then over the remaining pulley on the extension. Now here's the trick. You're going to imagine that you're going through the center pulley. So you're going to separate the rope and put this rope right in the center. So imagine that these are pulleys. The rope is straight, it's not twisting the bottom of the sail, and it has very little friction too. Sometimes when you go to release it, these two outside loops might pinch the middle one, but you just lift it over it to release it. For downhauling, I like to use my extension cup. So what you want to do is make a loop with your downhaul line, then flip it over and stick your cup in. See how it comes out nice and easy. So make a loop, flip it over, and then downhaul. Downhaul until the looseness moves in to the marks that are printed between battens number 2 and 3. The marks that are furthest in, those are the white marks, are your high wind setting. That means that the leech will be the loosest and it will take the most downhaul tension. The middle marks would be for medium wind, and the marks that are closest to the leech would be for light wind. So when you're rigged to the light wind, the leech would be at its tightest setting. Also, when you're observing the looseness, it's a good idea to bounce the sail a bit, and then you can see where the looseness is extending. After downhauling, take your downhaul line, wrap it around your extension, then with the loose end, go under 3 loops, pull it tight, keep the tail of the rope pointing down, then with the tack strap, catch the tail, tension the tack strap until you get a little wrinkle running out of the tack. This redistributes the load back on the edge of the foot. Take the end of your tack strap, go under itself, go over your downhaul rope and back onto the Velcro, and holds everything in place. After downhauling, put your boom on. To set your outhaul, note that there's 3 cords that are sewn to the clew of the sail. The longest cord is white, the middle cord is gray, and the shortest cord is black. These cords indicate how much you're going to pull the clew out for your outhaul. They also correspond to the colored dots that are printed on the upper leech between battens number 2 and 3. That means that if it's high wind and you have your sail downhauled to the white dots, which would be the loosest leech, then you're going to use the longer cord, the white cord, for your outhaul. To set it to the white cord, I don't pull the clew, and I just gently pull the cord and adjust the boom at the end of the cord. Notice that I don't have the sail lying on the ground. I have the sail up against my hip. For medium wind, I'll set it to the gray cord. So once you've set to the correct cord, I like to outhaul the sail once to check it. Outhaul to the end of the boom, release it, check it again, it's good, to the gray cord. Now I outhaul to the end of the boom. Now I'm going to show you how to tension the battens. Your Legacy sail's already been rigged and checked in the factory, and your battens have been tuned. However, over time, and especially the first time you use your sail, the pocket ends will stretch a little bit and you might need to tune your battens. Tensioner key, I've already explained, is an option. You can also use a regular slotted screwdriver. Just has to be narrow enough to get into the tensioner. You could take a slightly wider one and grind it if you needed to. So put this screwdriver into the tensioner, and first thing I want you to do is release the tension until you see little wrinkles on either side of the pocket. I'm not talking about the wrinkles that are in the center of the pocket. Those are always going to be there no matter how much batten tension you have. Don't over-tension your battens. If you over-tension your battens, you may damage the luff end of the pocket. Plus, the sail won't flip easily from side to side when you tack and jibe. So if your sail is sticking when you tack or jibe, check, especially the foot batten, that it's not over tight. Tension all the battens the same way, so release until you see the looseness, and then tension it until the looseness just disappears. Notice that there's some wrinkles in the middle by the seam that won't come out from batten tension. For the head batten, it's harder to see the looseness, and what I like to do is over tension the head batten until it's popping back and forth, and then just back your tension off until it's not popping. For de-rigging, start at the clew, release it completely. Then undo the tack strap completely. You're going to use this to hold the sail when it's rolled, so you want to take it out of the buckle. Take your downhaul off. Then your boom. To get your mast out so that you don't crease the sail, just spin the mast, and notice I'm not even pulling, just spinning, and let the mast come out on its own. If the sail bunches up at the boom cutout, that's okay. Okay, I got the bottom section out, and then I just straighten and flatten the sail, and I can just grab the mast out of the boom cutout, the top part of the mast. Now I'm ready to roll. When you roll, squeeze the head quite tight, then relax as soon as you get onto the film. Roll parallel to the battens. If you get to a batten and you're not parallel, just pull the core out to straighten it. Once you've rolled the sail, put one hand inside the core and spin it. If you have a mast pad, fold the pad, rack the tack strap around the pad and back onto the Velcro. That holds the sail. When you put it into the bag, put the sleeve end in first. And the reason for that is if you store your sail vertically, it's safe to store it on the sleeve like that because the sleeve is strong and pliable. It's a woven material. It won't damage the sail. You never want to store your sail vertically on the clew because the force can eventually cause little creasing and cracks at the edge of the patch, which may break the sail.